It's difficult to prevent backouts with total confidence, but if your buyers do back out once you accept their offer, that added time on the market while you search for a replacement buyer is an additional expense in hassle and potential hard costs. That's because with the sale fail, you continue to pay property taxes, plus possibly mortgage payments and insurance too. And if interest rates creep up in the meanwhile, you may lose the best chance for many qualified buyers. These situations create what's known as opportunity costs, which is the price you end up paying when making one choice over another. Namely, by choosing one option, you lose out on what could have happened with the other foregone choices. This makes a good case for trying to get it right the first time. So, like with Daniel Boone, the great frontiersman and marksman whose father reportedly gave him only one bullet for bringing home dinner, try to vet the first offer and buyer you select to the best of your ability. That's because while you'll most certainly get a second chance with another if the first buyer doesn't work out, it's usually much more pleasant to make the first offer work that you accept. Once you receive an offer on your house, it's important that you and your agent review it carefully. A general principle to keep in mind is to consider each offer as a whole, and here's why. Let's say you receive two offers. One offer from buyer number 1 is for your full asking price. Another offer from buyer number 2 is for $3,000 less than asking price. At first glance, there may seem to be little question about which buyer to work with. The difference is all in the dollars, right? Not so fast. That's because upon looking closely, your realtor notices a few potential game-changing factors. For while buyer number 2's less than full price offer isn't quite the figure you'd hoped for, buyer number 2's offer gives you an extra 2 weeks of rent-free possession of the property after the transaction is closed. That alone could provide you with 2 weeks of less stress for moving out, which is certainly worth something to many home sellers. Then when reviewing the seemingly full price offer from buyer number 1, you realize she's asking for $8,000 in seller-paid closing costs. On the other hand, buyer number 2's offer asks you to pay for none of his closing costs. On top of that, buyer number 1 hasn't sold her home yet, so her offer is subject to the sale and closing of her property. As a result, buyer number 1's offer now looks iffy at best. The lesson? Look beyond the initial price and review the entire offer. So what kind of closing costs will you have? When you receive an offer, your realtor can provide you with the seller's estimated net sheet. This itemizes your costs and provides you with an approximation of the amount you can expect to receive at closing. Home seller costs can vary, but typically include the real estate commission, which is typically only paid upon the successful close of your home sale. Other usual fees in the estimated seller's net sheet include title insurance, title company escrow and recording fees, along with any remaining taxes not yet paid, and possibly other existing home loans you may have on the property. So how long will my property be off the market before closing? This is a great question, and the short answer is it depends. The term closing connotes the transfer of funds from buyer to seller along with a near simultaneous recording of the deed. Because a home purchase involving a mortgage lender can easily take a month or longer, the closing date is often dictated by completion of the appraisal, loan underwriting, and processing. If a cash buyer makes an offer and the transaction either goes swimmingly or there is a short due diligence period, it may be possible to close a home sale within 10 days or even less.